One example, by the way. We plan to produce other videos and media, one's focusing on women, one focusing on men as well, and you'll be able to see those soon. But now I'd like to introduce a pillar and icon in family planning in the Philippines for over 5 decades, Sir Ben De Leon, the president of the Forum for Family Planning and Development.
Good morning, friends. I am very glad to be here, seeing all the members of the media whom I think, associated for about almost 48 years, and notably Rina, the Minister, a famous columnist of the Philippine Daily Inquirer, and advocate of reproductive health and family planning. Let's give her a big hand, please. Dr. Juan Antonio Perez, Undersecretary and Executive Director of the Commission on Population and Development in Church Papco. Mr. Hayam Mulande of Equity Health, my fellow co-organizers of this morning's event, Do It Right campaign, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I am proud to be associated with this lunch today because it becomes a very historic event. For the first time, we have dedicated Philippines taking a look seriously at our problem. A population problem and its relation to poverty reduction, as well as promoting family planning as a way of life. Previously, if I may, having been associated with the Philippines, this is new because for the first time, under the leadership of Hayam, it has become part of his corporate social responsibility to be with us, rather than ambitioning to be just profit-oriented, right? Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the time is right for this Do It Right campaign because the social and political climate in the Philippines is changing rapidly and favorably. The Aris Law, as you know, was passed in 2012, but resistance from religious-based organizations slowed down its implementation, as many of you will know. In particular, our High Court, TRO on implants and other family planning commodities from 2015 to 2017. Opponents were particularly vocal in the national media, affecting society's overall discussion on family planning. But they were only a loud minority, and the efforts have now failed. The RH law is now the law of the land, and furthermore, it enjoys strong support from the administration, first and foremost by President Rodrigo Roa Duterte and the Honorable Ernesto Pernia, the Socio-Economic Planning of the National Economic and Development Authority. He made sure that one of the 10 points of the socio-economic agenda of this administration is the full implementation of the RP-RH law. My friend, Dr. DP, as is fondly called, the POPCOM Undersecretary, will speak a few minutes about exciting plans and government in rolling out in this area. The Do It Right campaign is designed to encourage the quiet majority to finally take those beliefs that they already hold inside and share them out in the open. Proudly, especially on social media like Facebook and Facebook, by showing each other how many of us feel the same in a positive celebratory spirit. Filipinos can together free themselves of all inhibitions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sir Ben. So today, this group is not just here to launch a campaign or announce it, but also to ask others to join us in the campaign. Ordinary citizens, famous citizens, organizations, companies, anyone. Do It Right has been initiated by this coalition of co-organizers that you see here and DKT Philippines, but we hope that many other like-minded people and organizations will help grow and sustain the campaign in its next stages. For organizations, we want you to understand that the Do It Right slogan and the logo that you see here are not private property. They belong to everyone to use, so long as they believe in and align with the campaign's core principles. We encourage you to use your funds also to contribute either to programs that we will organize together as a group, or just to create your own Do It Right programs. For individuals, we urge all like-minded people in the Philippines from all walks of life to add their voice and to raise their hand with our sign to Do It Right. How can you help? Well, specifically, follow our campaign Facebook page at facebook.com/doitrightph. There you'll be able to keep up with the newest and upcoming plans for the campaign for Do It Right. And please, of course, post selfies, profile photos, group photos online with this hand sign held high. We will provide profile banners on Facebook to make this easier, but anyone can do it anytime. And use the hashtag Do It Right when posting as well. So, furthermore, people can display the logo wherever they want. To the extent that funds will be available, we'll provide Do It Right pins, like the one I'm wearing here, t-shirts, banners, and materials that can be displayed in shops, especially pharmacies. The Facebook page is, however, just the starting point. It will soon be joined by a Do It Right website in English and Filipino language that will serve as a portal for people to find factual information on sexual and reproductive health and family planning in a user-friendly, self-service manner. Look for it starting at the beginning of next month. We have designed this campaign to be long-lasting, something that will grow and evolve over time. And we hope that over time, with more voices coming on board, that it will gradually build and gather strength. Like the Me Too movement, the hashtag Me Too movement against sexual harassment that took off in North America in recent years, as more and more women, even prominent women, spoke up, the Do It Right campaign is designed to gain momentum over time. So that's my most important and final point, but now I would like to invite it's my great pleasure to invite Dr. Juan Antonio Perez III, the Undersecretary of the Commission on Population and Development, better known as POPCOM, to make some additional remarks. And after his portion, we'll open the floor for the media to ask questions in an open forum. Thank you.
Good morning to everyone.
Morning.
Friends in the RPRH or RH movement. Many thanks to Hayam for inviting the Commission to this event. And of course, we recognize our advisor, our constant companion in government work, the forum, led by its president, Ben De Leon. He started working in Popcom 5 decades ago. And I'm happy to still see him at work. Of course, to all friends here, Lina, colleagues like Nandi of FPOP, celebrating 50 years also this year. Friends in the media, colleagues in government. On the 7th year of implementing the RPRH law, we can observe that the coast is clear for its full and with its launch, intensive implementation nationwide. The gains in the first 6 years have been limited, as mentioned earlier, by legal issues. But even then, almost 3 million women started using family planning methods during this period. Today, based on Field Health Services information system data reported by the Department of Health, more than 5 out of every 10 married women in this country are now using a modern family planning method, as of the last report in 2018. We now have 7 million women using modern family planning methods, the highest number in history. But we cannot stop there. There are another 4 million women who want to plan their families, but somehow are not able to do so because 10% of them, or actually 13% of them, are using a traditional method, which we all know is Russian roulette in family planning terms. 50% of the time you are successful, and 50% you may not be successful. And if you do it every day, the odds really stack up against you. And another 17% of women in this country are looking for a method, but no one is reaching out to them. Even we in government have still to reach out to them, and we're happy that we have the private sector coming here and saying, we're here to help you. We need to reach out to all these women. And today is a most auspicious event for us in government to recognize and applaud the private sector's support to the RPRH work in this country. And we recognize here the lead taken by the DKT and like-minded organizations. We congratulate you for this effort. The country needs this kind of support for laws that really need to be implemented. There may be laws that do not have to be implemented or could be deferred. But the RPRH law is a law that is urgent, that needed to be implemented from the start in 2012, but had to be deferred or had to be held back a bit. But now, there is no holding back. The Do It Right campaign hits the right notes in RH work and complements well our own campaign in government, our call for in the family planning program, which is Ang Pamilyang Planado, Panalo. And this month is Family Planning Month. So it's even more auspicious to see this happen this month. In the next 4 years, the government, and now with the private and civil sectors who have been working with us more than 5 decades also. Of course, I look to FPOP. Working together, in the next 4 years, we will save over 2,000 women's lives. Our work will avert 3 million abortions in this country. And women will be able to avoid 4 million unplanned pregnancies. That is what the program that it can be implemented, that if we implement fully and intensively, those are the benefits the program has to offer. And while it will raise the people's and women's health to higher levels, there is also a contributing factor to the reduction of poverty in this country. We know that every child that enters a family affects the savings of that family to the level of spending 1/3 of its savings. That is the impact of another child coming into a family. That is if you have savings. And if you have none, you go to your neighbors, you go to your relatives. And of course, that's the Filipino way, bayanihan. But that is something that we can avoid. That is something that this program, this law, our combined efforts can achieve. The Commission congratulates and wishes great success to the Do It Right campaign, even as we in government ramp up to unprecedented levels our work on the National Program on Population and Family Planning. The government has promised that over the next 3 years, 2020 to 2022, it will spend 10 billion pesos for the program. This year, we have had an initial release of 377 million pesos for the program. So you can be sure that we will welcome the Do It Right campaign and like-minded organizations wherever we conduct our campaign, our caravans for family planning, which we will do in all the GIDA areas of this country, GIDA being the geographically isolated and disadvantaged areas, even in urban areas where there is less access for health services. We plan to make family planning services as ubiquitous as possible, that it will be available in all areas of the country, starting with local government centers, health facilities, down to the community level, where we hope to mobilize tens of thousands of volunteers in our work on reproductive health. So this is an auspicious time. Today marks a beginning for our partnership with the private sector to strengthen our long-standing partnership with the CSOs. And together, we hope to improve people's health. Maraming salamat. Magandang umaga po sa inyo.
Thank you so much for those wonderful messages from Mr. Hayam Asher Bolande, Mr. Benjamin De Leon, and of course Yusek Juan Antonio Perez III. This portion of the event is now going to be open for everyone.